So recently I completed the Google AI Essentials course. This is an 8-hour course, but over the next 10 to 15 minutes, I'm going to be summarizing the course for you so that you can decide whether it's something that you would like to do or not. Let's step into the video.
So hi, my name is Sandra. Welcome to my channel. On this channel, I share everything I learn and build with AI. Let's go.
So the thing I liked about this course is that it's delivered by the people who are working behind the scenes at Google. So you get a feel for what their day-to-day life is and some of the efforts they've put into the Google AI tools. And so I thought this was such a great idea. Anyway, we're going to be looking firstly at a high level of what's in each module. So there are 5 modules in the Google AI Essentials course. Module number 1 is the introduction to AI. So in this module, they're teaching you about all the different building blocks that make up artificial intelligence. Module number 2 is about maximizing productivity from the AI tools. So that's the practical use of the AI tools that you're learning. Module number 3, which is my favorite, is about prompt engineering. So they're teaching you about how you can effectively prompt the AI to give you the right output. Module number 4 is about responsible AI. So that's looking at how you can responsibly use AI and what's happening behind the scenes at Google, the things that they are doing to ensure that AI is used responsibly. Module number 5 is about staying ahead of the curve. So in this module, they're just teaching you how you can effectively use the resources that you have learned to grow and to learn more about artificial intelligence. Now a deep dive into each module. Let's start with module number 1. Module number 1 is the basics. So in this course, they define artificial intelligence as computer programs that can complete cognitive tasks, typically associated with human intelligence. So think about an everyday use of AI. For example, when you use Google Maps. So it not only just tells you your destination, it actually gives you real life road closures and other traffic issues that are happening along your route so that you know the expected time of arrival at that place. So this is AI in action. Even when you look at YouTube or Netflix, how they can tell you the types of movies or the types of videos to watch based on what you like or what you've watched before. Now, AI in its broadest sense is largely powered by something that's called machine learning. And in this course, machine learning is defined as a subset of artificial intelligence where computer programs are designed to analyze data, to make decisions or predictions without being explicitly programmed for every single scenario. So imagine you want to build a machine learning program that can determine if a banana is ripe or not. How would you do it? You would feed the machine tons of examples, pictures of ripe bananas, pictures of unripe bananas, and you would label them accordingly. The machine learning program would then learn the characteristics so that it can differentiate a ripe banana from an unripe one. So the next time you show it a banana, it can then tell you whether it's ripe or unripe. I hope that makes sense. So basically, with machine learning, whatever you put in is what you get. So like they say, if you put in garbage, you get garbage. So as machine learning advanced, another incredibly popular subset of artificial intelligence emerged. And this is a major focus of the Google AI Essentials course. This is generative AI. So as the name suggests, generative AI is defined as AI that can generate new content. This isn't just about analyzing existing data. It's about creating something entirely new. So like creating text or creating images, videos, and other media. Okay, let's continue. Let's do a deep dive of module number 2. Now that we understand the basics of artificial intelligence, it's important to now start to look at how we can maximize the productivity out of those tools. And In this course, Google talk about prompting. This is when you're giving the AI instructions so that it can give you the correct output. Module 3 looks into more details about prompt engineering, and we will cover that shortly. But in this module about maximizing productivity, they talk about why it's important to have a human in the loop. So you're not just taking what AI outputs to you, but you're looking at the results sensibly and then determining whether those results make sense, or you're actually verifying what the AI output is. So this is really important as you use artificial intelligence. So basically what they're saying is that there has to be a human within the whole process. So the final decision making in critical areas should really be up to the person using the artificial intelligence. So there are two specific common issues that can affect the reliability of the information out of AI tools. And this is mainly around the knowledge cutoff. So you can imagine the AI has been built based on certain data that covers a particular period of time. So you can't just go into ChatGPT, for example, or into Gemini and say, what's the breaking news today? Because the breaking news of today has not been fed through into that AI tool. So it can't give you the breaking news. But of course, it will give you an answer, which may be inaccurate, which leads to the next problem of hallucinations. So hallucination is when what the AI outputs is simply not true, not accurate. And once again, this is why you need the human in the loop to verify the output from the AI. And now module 3. Module 3 was my favorite because this one is all about prompt engineering. And so in this course, they give you a good way in which to remember how to structure your prompt. So you need to have a task. What do you want the AI to do? Do you want it to list? Do you want it to suggest something? Do you want it to recommend something? So you're using a verb to describe what task you want the AI to perform. The next thing is you're giving it context so that it understands what you're trying to do. And then if you have any references, you can give it some references. This is, for example, you could give it photographs or pictures of the thing that you wanted to build. Like say you're making a picture, you could give it other examples that you wanted to use as reference so that the output fits or suits exactly what you want. Then the other step is evaluate, which means once the AI has given you an output, you need to evaluate what that means. You need to put that human in the loop perspective. And then if you see what's come out in the output, you can then, after evaluating it, you can go back into the AI tool and iterate, which means you're asking more questions, you're prompting it more so that it continues to give you a more accurate answer. So those are the steps that Google suggests when you're building your prompt. A task, give it a task, give it the context, give it references, evaluate the output, and iterate. So those are the steps I learned, and I thought that was really useful. I'll just give you an example. Instead of just saying to the AI, give me a recommendation of somewhere to eat in Melbourne, for example, you would need to really say something like, list 10 restaurants in the Melbourne CBD. I'm really keen to have Chinese food, but I'm looking for a cozy, quiet place suitable for families, which offer vegetarian options. So you've given it the context of what you're after. And if you had any references, you could give the references. And then whatever output comes, you evaluate that and take that or keep iterating until you get the appropriate output from the AI tool. I hope that makes sense. So it's really important when you're using AI to give it examples. In this course, they have a term that they call short prompting. So they say a 0-shot prompt is where you're just asking the AI to do something and you're not providing examples. A 1-shot prompt is where you're giving the AI one example of or one reference of what you want. And then few shot prompting is where you're giving it multiple examples of what exactly that it is that you want the AI to use as a reference. Okay. Responsible AI. Now, module 4 is about responsible AI. And even though I enjoyed module number 3, which was that prompt engineering, I feel that the responsible use of AI is such an important topic. Whether it's looking at how I use AI responsibly, for example, by not providing my personal information into a tool like ChatGPT, not providing bank account details into ChatGPT, but keeping that private. So that could be me using the AI tools responsibly in this way. The other thing that this course highlights is that there are several types of harm that we need to be aware of. One of them is what they call the quality of service harm. So sometimes there are instances where the AI tool gives out certain output based on the data that it's been given. So for example, at the beginning with speech recognition technology, it was really difficult for people with disabilities to use this type of technology because their data or the data for them hadn't been loaded into these systems. So they were unable to get the full use of the system. So that's quality of service harm where certain groups of people cannot benefit from the technology. The other type of harm that's talked about in this course is representation harm. So for example, the example they give is the fact that certain AI tools, if you said a nurse, it would give you an image of a woman. So it associated a nurse with being a woman and a doctor being a man. So you can imagine the issues that that can give. So these are just some of the things that need to be thought about when building AI tools. And this course just covers that so that you're aware of some of the harm that can take place. Even more recently with the use of avatars where people can actually clone your voice or clone your face and even release a video of someone who looks like you and talks like you. So that sort of thing, if it happens to politicians or even to anyone, it can really bring confusion across a big group of people. So responsible AI, I can't overstress just how important this module is. Module number 5 is about staying ahead of the curve. I didn't quite get much from this module because it's just more about how you can use the resources that have been provided in the course as you continue to grow and learn about AI. So to me, in a nutshell, that's what I learned from this course. I hope that it's been helpful, and I hope that you can decide now whether you will take the course or not. But anyway, thank you for staying until the end. I hope that you've enjoyed what I've covered today. This is a brand new channel for me, so please give me feedback on what you think about the videos I'm posting here. If you do like them, please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment just to encourage me so that I know what sort of videos to keep producing for you. Thank you for watching, and now I'll leave you watching this video or that video, which just looks at some of the crazy ways that people are using ChatGPT for. So have a look at that video. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.